Okay. You see there, Bhuti.
Chickado, yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah, any yeah, Bhuti, you need Pema more distant knowledge.
Yeah. Some of just the any the Sonsa Nyima body la piola and Samala to Jinalera and in naming Nyima Bhuti Ninga Jua da Belko Pugim, Dine Dinajukti Juni, and TCB Salagu, and Tanda Wheaton College, MA Lorim Tambo Jungira, and the meeting Dine Dangazugi the Halor. Rewado in a color the Kitsui Tokbaru in a rare Kariko in Sangache and it Tasuburo Yunadu some Kalana Digi meeting Digi Kinsang Malagic Aritologi Tanima Tambunu opinion Nahagu Yuri application chipo member financial aid application candidates we made that Manjunima Sumba unit that cancel the district Kodopeto in Dakalo Rewado Jishule Pemala next.
Mitzangala chastele Nyimila Pema churi ani nga thalo ta Hurd College la nga lobjong chari ani nga tani Sontsa initiative the mentee chi imba ani thalo ta nga mentor chini ta la tinta sama roba chato ta zala ani was scholarship dige application da dige kangla tis hago biro tani ni ropa dinso da dinso gi apply chido ko jo kunzo ropa donche tatinde chimbani ani
Yeah, Tina, Bhuti, Bhuti, any some of the slang in Kalden and JC. Da Ningat that the Lorim Nyima, the Lorim Tanabimchi, then Bhuti Lorim Tampo, to look at it and they don't got the mark. Nadojina, Lorim Nyima to do brown to look. Chesani, Nadojina Chita, financial aid language to look for the Mara. Well, children apply to the other than typical kinzo chas in Chidane, young items to Chitan color. University put the tip of my bangarang, so I gave you young kid Dukabla, any scholarship that soon came into China, kinzo the vouchers in Chitan Neda Masunera. In a picture that you put it on with Javanera apply to the when a current resource to shadow can kiss the turtle in Karakapu in a channel download. Ni Tangadoshin Maumba. Miguel that the dynamics kitchen share segment tuna Kalota KG to like KG to Delam to national relations and public policy. We need to chill up Chagi Chashito Yuta. Indorchi any Tango didn't more go to Shanara. Ring on to my Jushima Sunita, slight leopard, the Kargashemi outlines it Tangbudi. Input language Suchida, Manjit Vigis, the people in Pedro Mandrida, scholarship da energy tone down the financial the Gange to Ganyo data and the Gasha go to talk to Manju, some like Manju Jita, Department of Education, Shane Lagoon, Kishiri Lagungi scholarship deal that like you must shoot my children my treasure and take a color research machi Jikansna you have Mago and take a robot hotel or made him Hamaku to Galani. Tanga chung into ledger and scholarship Nikan to Tanga to them Yuna. Only into the Tatigalang on Jude, Kuzula, Nube ledger in the Mare, Kaisana ledger much get in the types of financial aid scholarships. Tinangula, your Kakari ledger, like Dematetura. That law of policy law lawyer. In theory, somebody into the financial aid application. Common application to Prachura. Financial aid that can do Ropa go to the application initial like young would do like the calling on to more to do those. And Chitan general timeline, application timeline journal. Do you know a regular decision? Kazan Nimanu things about to regular decision, early decision, something Mongolera. The things about to do Manteleneta, and the Moduto, done and the candidate Dinala, candidate up to Suzu candidate to Villager. And it is a Tamadimasone, around the sum when any reflection to Chitang around Sumkita, financial aid application process council je draw chare intel pa ngon ju da ju kanyo khate so intel dole khachi intel la intel chotelen do che ani kima ti chao je lang ju thamadel kran ju la ni Q&A session aji thadi chu je san di ni kran ju ne pyeju chiro an thye kima stang ma thado Q&A session male ngone da khalo kran ju chotelen do samlo kona ngon ju na tanglo ji angya dang Pema bule ne di kichim pro che do ya ni kren ma ko ju shela Bhuti kiram mute cha desna kuch
Unmute. Okay. Sorry, Gonda. Gonda. Yini kande namgyal lawana jidori ore da debunking the financial aid hurdle lana da khande rosh lawana da anju phebo mangbo ji nga nge nyamnyung re nga la dewa chinge de and mangbo chungsra mangche khare khashigi anju beria and follow the scholarship dinge manju gi workshop ji so yore ani dila phebo mangbo da chugi yosang phebo nju khare so gi da college ki application yora da nge shu phe de khare 망치 가래 베리아 직부당 아니 가래 제라이 다 팅상 제라이 다닝로라 테마손데 달로로 하우마스라 아니 제라이라나 글로벌 리더십 인큐베이터 스콜러십 레이리 아니 표슝기 난기 요레디야 아니 더 베벌루 망치 다 진짜 축지 중에 통해 당하죠 할로 아리라 톨롭 롭션 제도가 양이 망치기다 디레로 직부지라 톨롭 직부라 애플라이 치니 아니 가래 톨롭 셴다딘데 kasi Nyima ina ta khalor awareness laira nga jo di meo yinsir ta ine mangche ta so application chigora ta tholop yin shu phe de terang yin chi buro jira phini ane khalor ta tholop shendal phi min da ta tari nga jo khar la na di guni ta khar tholop mangbo chi langi shu gya ina iran scholarship ra gi khare chances rewa mangbo be re la ra pen chashina khare ari na tholop be mangbo re tholop mangboji khare international student lera kashi international student la full financial aid lera khala na ngaju phebo mangboji full financial aid ko yo bare ani ta kashi effort chitu mari ni chitangi fees ta khari ne chama pe la khongchum ta certified or the 50k to the USD ari komotong dang apchu dunju ro li re ondi gi ta khare lobru mangboji khare khalor financial aid dilata ni application ma yang mangbo yor sam gi dura ini nga jo interest sam gi min do nga do ne chikbare nga chang ma khare ya ni apply ching chamara ani research application bure sai dura sam gi do khalana las nge khang kon law na chikba jinga re khare ari thol mangbo shi ji khare international student la full financial aid ting yore kashi khare mix ke scholarship te ma pe yore la ra the research the khande roji chulana chita resource pe mangore khalana resource laira da anjo Google yore and nga jo sense leshi gi resources thandang khense mail nal ta yore and dinang shingi khare college so gi website laira te che and penchashna tholop dila pench ngaro na khande roje beria tholop do inere and brown tholop do and kaninam gi barn pida dela pheba thungi do mi do ani so gi ta social media na check chin connection chinira ani khonjo gi ta scholarship ko la ke je the da dire pichu tang na yapo yore samgidura ani Google do na ina the keywords la na ngjo khande ro pichu tang wala na college chiming thina penchashna duke do ina duke college giving full financial aid to international student and china ya ani khare information kangza rally re ra ani chitang gi dipe ke chombure la ta khisi kyoran thokpa yo achera ani college ki website dine financial aid kola this khodoma chho ya ina ya samsangya je hama ko na ya college so la ya financial aid office yore la ya denjo la mail khaptu ta na khunju pe response pe ya wo de le ya ondi gen tholo la jewa cha da ani khare social media gyuni ani khare ngaras pheba chik pa ine re yang khashi kya ga do ine re khande ke je chine ya ko be re la ra da khare international student la full financial aid ra kha ko khana na pe changa so re khare limited re changa so re ne ramasi amare la ra andara yin to jina
님들 들이 난디가 님들 도도 시켜서 되게 님들 라디 먼저 가서 이메일 지다 견줄이야 다 인비테이션 디나올라 PDF 지다 디나올라 먼저 저 투지나 라디 뱀추리다 님들이 그런 얘기 기다 스콜러십 다 인데 체격이 망부지 간주 치샤 디크란즈니 표주 컨트롤 당로 질라이 당 간주 되는데 이 인데데워드 인데도 질라이 마도 크란즈는 링에 요래 인도 링디는 주는 리서치 대회장 지나 탑 아니 크란즈 마음받다 하쿠라 디나로 프로그램 팅 나가라 렘부도 스페셜 직 스콜러십 직디 비메기 지다 레퓨지 우먼 직 스페시픽 페어라 아니면 비메지 쿠랑 다클라 포무지라 포무 땅 건데 버르다 젠더 뉴트럴지 있는 님이 공유면 쉐인데 인텐션이 젠더 뉴트럴이 인데지 la pomuji la kanta scholarship mix ka ne chi ko wanted to kisi kana pomuji identify china until pa chi kalo yan chi che da ne chi kyunju taro chi lai in theory yan chi nim buji shonan shin zo tolo mangbuji chi dan liberal arts tolo mangbuji media united kanda kyu zo kachana kyu acceptance de kisi chi 근데 추사 찔라 konju kanda 탑시 chi kyu kisi aid koina kya 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 koina developer konju 탑시 chi sing chi general tolo dis yaga che dan liberal arts college jo chi na ningune 조드 트레이드가지 이 기준이 제일 디지털이 콘주 딱 한다 파이낸셜 가지고 먹어야 되니 로럼 체디니 chances 망보여 쉬어야 디들이 다 직라고 섬스
this is about 이게 뭔가 저 수출했던 거죠. So are we talking about types of financial aid offerings and scholarships? What I'll be talking about is grade scholarships, need-based financial aid, need-based colleges, need-fund colleges, and if you are admitted to some colleges, and how you apply for the financial process. So first of all, next slide, please. The voice isn't clear. Okay, I'll try to do something. Am I audible now? Okay. So first of all, I'll talk about merit scholarships and need-based aid. So these are the two types of financial aid that colleges can offer you. The first type is merit scholarships. So merit scholarships are awarded by the college to students on the basis of your academic performance. So they take into evaluation your high school GPA, or like in our case, like our 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th grade marks, our SAT and ACT scores, if you have taken those exams, and if your school follows the AP or IB board, your AP and IB test scores. So generally, to qualify for merit scholarships, you'll need to complete another application. They'll either ask you to write essays about why you need a scholarship, how will the scholarship benefit you, and other such prompts, or they'll ask you to make a presentation or slideshow. So the next type of financial aid that is given by colleges is need-based financial aid. Need-based financial aid are given by colleges on the basis of your family's income. So many colleges in the United States, they offer paying rights to students from low-income backgrounds. Need-based financial aid can be given in forms of grants, non-federal grants, scholarships, study expectations, etc. And you might see the term federal grants if you check out the financial aid websites of the colleges, but keep that in mind that international students do not qualify for federal grants. Those federal grants are only for US citizens. So to qualify for need-based financial aid, you generally have to submit a financial aid application to the college, like the CSS and IDOT. We'll talk more about these in the session, ISPA, or any other alternate financial application that the college accepts. So next slide. Yes, I'm going to talk about the two types of policies on the basis of whether they consider financial aid as a factor during admissions or not. So the first type of policy is need-aware colleges. Need-aware colleges consider your family's ability to pay during admissions decisions. That means if you're applying for financial aid at a need-aware college, and you'll be in disadvantage in comparison to someone who does not apply for financial aid at the same college. But this does not mean that need-aware colleges do not offer good financial aid. There are lots of nearby colleges in the United States that offer really generous financially to university students. I've been some examples here, Catholic College, Wheaton University, Women's College, etc.
Pema, sorry to bother you, my bad. Would you be able to try if like you take your headphone off and because it's still like it got clear, but like still it's like there's this like fuzziness in your I guess like
yes,
yeah.
I'm really sorry, like it's really heavy here, so.
Okay, you're not using the headphone right now? All
right. Am I audible now?
Yeah, that's a lot better. Thank you so much. Sorry about that. Sorry about the interruption, but yeah, continue, please.
Is it better with my headphones on, or like is it better?
I think it's better now, right?
Oh, okay. So I'll continue this way. So okay. So next I'll talk about need-blind colleges. Need-blind colleges they do not consider your family's ability to pay during admissions decisions. That means that if you apply for financial aid at a need-blind college, that will not disadvantage you. There are 7 need-blind colleges in the United States. They are Harvard, Yale, Princeton, MIT, and Amherst. And you might have heard about these 5. And the other 2 are Minerva Schools at KGI and Hurd School of Music. These last 2 are a little different from the other 5. That is Minerva Schools at KGI, and it's an online school. And Hurd School of Music, it's a college specialized in music. Need-blind colleges offer really generous financial aid to international students. So I'd suggest that you guys apply to at least 1 need-blind college if you need a full ride. So the next slide. Okay, so this process is you go through this process once you get your college decisions. So let's say that you get into 2 colleges, and after you get your decisions, college A and college B. And college A is like your dream school that you really want to attend. College A is not offering you as much aid as college B. And so you can always try to apply for more financial aid at college A. Yeah, so.
Yeah, Tujina. Give me a second. All right. Teacher 당간주 financial aid application doja. Mondigola chik mangodu chei. Tingasane shuaj la di nganju bed in depth chik do mare kanisen to nganju dringodu chei chik kechu tons kanisen in depth data maumba kanjo ngone chik in your apply chena to do gablani nganju kalada kare jago make it list tandadi nganju ngodu ta financial application di yor da lai ngodu chei. Tadi madrong kong langi kari lau samsina jidang college board la di kola jid tordi jishu sams kari certification buchadar kanda di jidang kyu financial application zo keshi juji international bugu jimbi chan ta international ngadu bugu mangu ji international che ra jidang ari misini mare kanda ari chilo ni apply chidika yuda di status profile la ju ngi chele modu chiri ondi doshina college board la jda ondi kanda kunju administrator shuwa 지비지 그냥 근데 application down to like SAT 당고 키 SAT the schedule chi 땅 gadget 라라 주 gadget라도 college 땅고도 이 거기에 딱 정말 college 보라 그 account 균이 땅고 키야 아니 대회가 맞아요 그냥 iDoc 라지 심바지 application 라한다 말이지 그냥 it's a account where you 비치tional 돌립지 그라 banking statement kisho yamna ke balamna ki income ke jeni document je kisho lene kyoti iDoc la sa the online tin tinang yalu ni konsu de iDoc ki tholop rere la su mix kan pa tangriwa cheza says college board account la de pikichim sa te kenda 근데 쇠메데 니시에마도 간다 그다 오늘 아이디 톨블라 apply 체기 차시 되나 오늘 college board account 쇠베 키친부터 차트 그래서 대외게 맛이 간다 그 톨블라 취사나 로다라 시엔 집이 그냥 그 니슈장 어떻게랑이 달로로 디나롱에 믹스에 당 칼로 니 능미기 우이데 망부지 쇠메 쇠 랑자 우이 ngoma shi gyang ja jigi jigi yin shi gyo zhe me le de gebla ni yan jia jiang wo kan se lo da ran shi gong zhe fan chi le sao sao ge lo da kwa de zong di da college for account so be ke chim cha le shi nga se ni ya de ku zo hop de me la ki ma de ma ha ma ko ni ya kyong ra shi che da SAT exit tang ko ni SAT college for account ko de ni CSS profile fan chi le ke shi ji cha de application ji bi ji kyang de ko re sum 제산이 직수에는 college board account swedi tap de becha khachine kinjo college board account collegeboard.org la address direct kapto www.collegeboard.org detro ni tinalo kira tap de kan email address kore tene information kan kashi kunju tir onde köde link aji bodoste in teweja 직수에 실디스코들 제 몽고스타전데 부르는지 no. Sorry, I won't. Okay, never mind. I won't touch the chat since I'm talking, but there's people who are helping out. That'd be great. But yeah, so the kind of account chicks when I actually ni sum sunan de bro gonyo pechera chesan de yang asel tips to the ground ya email sun sis to je mi gasela ni sune email chick mun reliable 사실 그 단다 email 디 가도 있다고 부지 다야로 email password 말라요 temper 요 지문에 부지 패키지 문제다 간지 기지 콜리지 보러 account chick 쇠자 니 셈바지 쇠자 되시네 그 SDG college board account A 되는 부주지 니마디야 financial aid account college board account B는 그냥 빼 고녀고 치다 졸업들 고녀고 전 그런 강의 mon고 치 재산이 지난 지수에 이렇게 지금 레이션 하우스 다 college board account 가지는 거나 그다음에 financial aid application 그냥 안에 college board account 균이 경고는 SAT 이제 다는 standard testing 기준 보라 이 college board account 대한 직접 또 여기 땅이 되게 쉬워는 CSS profile는 가려나 따들이 지다 it's very similar to 먼저 the application 경도 qabla 가려 we have a common app right common app 디 달럽 창말 두라 망부지 되게 아직 굽주자 사실다 두르 common 지부지 경 콘세 accept이라 in a similar manner and 먼저 CSS profile 대 edit which lot 망부지 기시 콘주 college for la partner이나 네 콘주 accept CSS profile 디 나올 information 망베티 지부지 경 position information for example 그런 남이 콜 PhD 남이라는 발람도 이임받지 그런 빙가 주주 아자 가지고 유슨 콘주 한다 톨럽 또 가져오래 저거를 좀 말럽 좀 지원 좀 아주 강하게 스테이지였다 근접 티고 유의 문제 가지고서는 톨럽 진짜도 저 교육 가지고 뭐고 콘주 따고라다 they have to look how much financial aid they have to give you in order to do that they have to take an account of how much money does your family make how much money does your family spend on your brother how much money do they spend on your sister 언제든지 그 기준으로 그때 디테일로 간다 information이야. 이 대외견 그런 낭 asset US especially motor 도 그런 낭 코라지 rent 많이 받지 응원에 낭 코라 요요 또 사적으로 US. 근데 그걸 빼 먹겠지. 제가 that's a general idea, you know, you need to know these things and I guess like I'm not sure if you would know everything, but it's like you have to talk to your parents early on, you know. I'm applying for college, just mom and dad, whatever, whether it's your relative, just let them know ahead. 되게 지다 common app 도 집이랑 같이 해서 그 비슷해요. 애플리케이션 비슷한 톨럽 까당 카드 좀 톨럽 쓰면은 레벨에 간다 그 CSS 프로파일 다나 물 떼어 들려봐 톨럽 레벨 비슷해요. 그럼 아고 두주 돌아 두주 든주도 떼어 제단디 장부 같이 해서 당 언제 대부 오늘 우리 본부 쉬는데 과거 유에도 요마랑 우리 몇두qab라니 톨럽 뭐지 저치 집이랑 common app 나오는 그 애플리케이션 경두가 물 강에 티스는 톨럽 때랑 믹스가 이메일 단 저치 같은 데 때문에 앱 때 더버베 그냥 톨럽라니 apply 더버유 이네 물 강에 또좀 티도 세상에 가 피비를 제 집이랑 CSS 프로파일 데 경두에 이 카사나 오늘 접상나는 건좀 먹을래 막 아이신 톨럽 먹부지 등산로지나 건좀 다 acceptance safety 그 like 이렇게 좀 해야 돼. 일단 미가 저 apply 망가지나 건좀 가치리야. 제상 장부신디 피부로는 원래 개별랑 잠시만 하고 두주든 주다고 들어도 돌림이 좀 신인 카드 당연히는 망부도다 동다 가시도 주선 제자 아니 장부체의 기준도 제사 또 CSS 프로파일링 인데 모두 돌도 있지라니 다 되게 안 되게 신도에는 김종만 졸라 단도도 많이 받지 니 디제마 다칼로 믹스간에다 mentorship program 지고 줄 디나로 주주진에 빼고 간다디 야મને 그 appointment service 도 레네 그 CSS 프로파일 코랑 퀄리티는 안 좋으니 칼리 칼라 딱 가르가 양고 메콜 강자 모듈레네 로바치 둘이 선고체자 직체사 아니 다 아이도클라데 아이도딩 모듈 또도 시네 다 아이도는 칼라 스탠주얼 institutional documentation service 다 아이도클라데 디시오난 시 점점 돌 가시기 배시나 let's say Harvard 돌업 되지나 딘지 라죠 그니 발람네 banking statement 키쇼 그 발람나기니 tax statement document 키쇼 am나 디키 망부케시 티리아 근데 인도라 CSS profile 나는 인데 upload physical file upload చేయ요마 upload 지금 physical file means 딱 soft 딱 file copy 배시나 PDF 이네 doc Microsoft Word 이네 이렇게 upload 제작으로요마 저그 information 있잖아. 그 fill in the blanks 또 괜찮아요. 인데 인도가블라 in quala lura du gala contribute I dog na lura I dog la di account su account su sa college por account kya ta login je chi pu chat ya tinang la tholop su khar khar ko la kun ya dwe chi por in tholop tilani khanda I dog yune ni kun tholop tang she kyu semje ki shuma kun su ni to authentic che ni mune temba ime cham kon ta she hausa in three can do like and ya nebe shin to na khanda ti che lang on chu slide ti tangre kun de na links ta here like linkedin na kun su tutorial pe about tag the kunjula rom change to yore only taro chishin hausa into your gm css profile la chik kharshu kesana adingi jemala ko this ko never mind that shimba application khaka do yula na ya tortu dulu khashish lana international student financial aid application la jore certificate of finance la dia css profile mada kharulana tholop chama gi digo le ma tholop kang khashi ki pe specific pe ngan chula digo le ma to tholop mangbuchi yang ko le ma en thyo ya di online gan do ke ma di ma kyu ngo su pe download chi ki pdf file ga kyu ma download chi indina information yang ni ya upload chi tholop la email nan ta ne de content portal do ju ti nang tang ki re sam tang ko re ha sa chik di ha kwa che dirang de yore la ma to shu na detail draw ki chi ma thong ma so en thama di ta application on a college specific financial aid like application ita tati keju chador jida css performance menan tulum ju mangbuji kade susu ge ki susu quran ju yang shu su onde indigo tati ha ko ke jibta wa css performance ta financial application yang gore mara theory na une yang gore da de simpate robo khalira chisandi ha wa di une tulur ke shening css performance go lem dus kan financial aid ka ji website dinawla chisani ngonjo is there college specific as financial application in your Beijing in the only your tale only Rusi in Rusi didn't input la
Okay, timeline to take financial aid application deadlines later. Chitang anjo tholo langi shu geti was decision candidate chine khare application khande ne ku decision the deadline to your khare ne and December 1 in re November 1 chida chuchi se chi ne re chida chungni se chi chuji tholop so application deadline loga yor ra kadina next slide. Okay, Chitangi the financial aid rangi the application yang chadu go so khare financial aid ki deadline ki jo pe khalor so track chepe khejum bure lai ra khashi na khashi late cheg re lai ya and khashi yang the tholo mang je khandi ro jula na financial aid application ki ga deadline kyang gora ta kan nam gi shiwana ji khashi ki css profile accept chigre khashi ki ispal international student financial aid application de re tholo so la loga yor ya khashi ya css profile che mo go ngi de yor da need blind college le da jo the di kyang du go so khare tholo mang che khare so ki decision kha dami pinches na kyu regular decision dami na mang che khare chinda thangbo che chonga ani yamna chinda thangbo chenga indi roji lira de na shingi application financial aid ki application ki khare deadline ke tarang roji la fall chire le ya chikba re le ya di khande sagol na ya so ki khare tholo call apply chei and di ki website la do ani khare check chidara konso ki decision nyam to chire khare application ki deadline ta financial aid ki deadline nyam to chire le ra di check chepe ke jom re le ya kashi ya flexible yore le ya kyo ki khare application yang sani ani ta kisi ke document chik madang do che na yang na khare ko doubt sani tar how do ina ra khare flexible yore le ya flexible yore me di khare kra ya tholop ki website do ni ta ke jom re le ya khare tholop ki web so website lo yore di ke ta ke pe ke jom re le ya ani khashi gare financial aid application the lela ore khashi gyang shangi mangbo yura gyang shaw na last minute la khare so pe mangbo pong shaw na ni la chachu buro ji chungure samgi mindora har last minute la khare so ya application ge submit chigore and financial aid ke submit chigora ani di khare yakbo yura samgi mindo ani so miss chana ani so thanda bodo kale ge changma thola re samgudura ondi ge khare 먼저 배번 중에 procrastinate 레라 망보치라 온데게 가래 니네 치시나 패키징 보여래래 믹스기 계속 교육이 가래 early decision 담게요나 니네 거라 타릭시 패키징 보래래 early decision 1 야문다 early action 래 요라 니네 담게요나 아니 니네 타릭시 패키징 보래래라 지나
Oh yeah, nimputil tujina. Dice, antes matang anjun cimale sin terusnya. Da reflection der cidang nimputita pemcuri yang aja ni sum tuji kudici. Tiada yang kini tu shooting dela tu number 2 kirang tu tiada jalan terus. Da tiada tu sama kui nani something yang ciro cin tiada yang cina lu ni tiada macam kaptu lain jam tu cimata. Rabi tahu jela reflection saja Q&A session jadi udah tu lain jaya kita ricu. Langsung. Tiada tangguh di ni Pema la cheitu indine nyempujilo ne begya no shurochi ni tangpati dakhare Pema la dojina what are some approaches you took looking at financial aid application would you be able to what are some approaches? Thank you.
Audible to Nike Kudo.
Yep.
Okay. So the kinds of approaches that I took by looking for financial aid in colleges was that I did tons of research about the college's financial aid for international students. And I used sources like a lot of different sources while looking for financial aid for international students in the colleges. And I used Google and Reddit, Discord, College Confidential, a lot of different websites. And I use keywords a lot while researching about the colleges. And I usually wrote something like for say Duke University. And Duke University financially for international students. Does Duke University meet 100% of the demonstrated need by international students? So I use a lot of keywords like these. Yeah, so like the last country, making sure that the college met 100% of the demonstrated need. Demonstrated need means how much aid you need. So I needed a full ride, so I made sure that colleges offered full rides to international students. So that's what I did.
All right, yeah, Tujina, you have anything else to add on to it?
Pema children now daudo re da jitang financial aid application yang do gosyo the approach khande ro chilana tholo website jo ani so Google na search na ra penchina ngi kan laudo chi chipuri that's do Pema children lasa that's do university offer full financial aid to international student do re yamana chi khande ro samgilana tholo dila phebe Tibetan student leda alumni me yamana current student ra me che khonju yam do dewa china yang puro re samudra around addition.
Great, no, that's exactly it. Thank you so much. And just to add on to that, asking mentors, just as New Bhuti said, look for if there's any Tibetans on campus in that university or not. And if there is, then you can contact them. Most likely they've got a financial aid. In Shambadojina, today, email now, a list of colleges that do offer, scholarships for international students. And there might be something that you're interested in specifically, so take advantage of that. How did you consider applying for colleges based upon their financial aid first, or just college first then financial aid? How was the process for you?
Okay, now nga ro na ya tholo apply chidu ko so khare nga ro na khare family do the khande background financial background ya ko merra chejang khare I was looking for khare full financial aid mi simne ran khare tholop che ko ju in le ra chejang nge tholop gi the search college search na the ta ra ni criteria thangshwe ro khare financial aid dia full ya criteria simni ya an tholop che ko ju in le ra ani mang che khare the phoji khandes che la na ya ta college ngi kan lawn shi tholop so website yo ra da resource chinda pe mangbor Google na ya da scholarship website pe mangbor blog pe mangbor dire phoji mata on che khare tholop so website phoji tang che khare ani financial aid ko the khonjo gi financial aid jodang khande re odine da odine ko samada ra iwa de khande re kisinga ke jero 된다 로고 맞으나야 털럽라 메일 당할 로요라 아니 벤차시나가 당보 apply 치디고서 털럽니 접기 주고슬니 financial aid 콜라 메일 당낸 콘소일레 다 reply 라이라 치당기 털럽 된조 카레 responsive 페이지오레라 야 메일 당나 아니 Neel as a law project Tolop country apply chilena full financial aid Yamina Kare Tolop de la Music scholarship Rojura de Chiloni donor gitego the data one idilla ni Kare college nidilla apply chi lera and in the Roger some with Tara now.
Yeah. China. Pema like in Pema.
I think my process was really similar to Nyima's, so I don't think I have anything.
No, right. Thank you. I think, yeah, especially for Peba in the financial education chat, the continue consideration education which yeah, just take that in account. I mean, it's very important. But yeah, okay. Then next, we can start off with Pema, and then if Nyima has to add. So this question is, financial aid application gyangdu kabla kange to mixi cheso ni kange mixi che nani 되게 그런 컨디션이 니디 동len 치토에다 아니 컨디 solve 치도죠. 직랑.
Okay, so I faced a lot of challenges while I was filling out the financial aid applications. Like I was one of the few students who was applying to the United States from my school, and even if there were other students, but they had their parents fill their financial aid application while I was filling my own financial aid application. And so I didn't know what kinds of documents I needed to submit because like when I viewed the website, they needed a lot of documents like business supplements, assets and tax documents, and I didn't know anything about them. And also the other challenge that I faced was keeping track of financial aid deadlines and applications like Nyima talked about before. And so I wasn't really keeping good track of my financial aid deadlines. So I kind of like missed my first financial aid application deadline, and I had to submit that late. So what I did to deal with them was for the first challenge, I communicated with the colleges a lot. Like I said here, communication is the key. So I emailed the colleges, financial aid departments. They'll usually have their emails listed on the website. So you can just email them and tell them about your family situation. Like my family situation is like this and that. And they'll usually reply within 2 or 3 days and tell you what kinds of documents you need to submit. And for the other challenge, after I missed my first deadline, I started keeping an organized financial aid tracker or list. Like so I wrote down all the deadlines for my financial aid applications, and I submitted them all on time.
Thank you. Nyima, do you have anything to add that in your personal experience?
Then the application young was not doing a gang country test and a CSS profile called a district Kodoma training Kangido Mambo testera. In a country approaching and then come launching Tibetan student Manguir yard Pebabu Aritolom Nalokching Mango consuming the Dewa Chichen. The specific chicla Kukomatsu in the Vinchana family section to in a so document the color information can mango ready. Komatsu because unconso like a chin in Kare, so the Kangi set up routine there are one Nashinki Kare social media da any Kare Google to resource you get the picture la color the available resource the picture Yaputang relay.
Thank you. So this is perfect. We're hitting right on time. Kamship Shangas to such a Yabuchu. The thing on to theory link at the in the Kutushana and Kiranzo Choedon in a couple of channel lunare any color mic off chick of ruling Choguni did any now currently to the audience la Choedon of Guru chick up to any on to come to the Dopa check Tapshiranjo.
I wanted to ask if I'm audible now, like the rain has slowed down here, and I'm using my headphones.
Yep. So one of the questions I think that was unaddressed was by Sheldon. For schools like Harvard, which are need blind colleges, what do you need to submit to get the full financial aid? So I think that's very specific, but I think the best case course of action is, obviously go to the Harvard website and they'll give you detailed information. I think for us to like just say, you should do this, this, and that. I think it's like, so like generally they I remember I did Harvard and Pema, would you want to take this?
Yeah, sure. So like for schools like Harvard, like not all Need-Plan colleges, they don't all follow the same financial aid application. Like I can speak for Harvard. I think Harvard accepts either the CSS and IDOC, or they also have the alternate financial aid application that you can find on their financial aid website when you're applying. So I submitted the alternate financial aid application because that was free to submit, while the CSS requires $16 to submit. So I submitted the alternate financial aid application, and they also had a lot of forms on their website, tax documents and all. So I downloaded the non-tax filer document and I filled that and the alternate financial aid application. And so those two were the things. Those two things I submitted.
Thank you.
What towards later? What should I click on making new common app profile if I'm about to start college in India, transfer or freshman? Karisamudo color chitangi college first year start chigina ra Neel and freshman apply china yakpo resamudo kanana yagana la chiro in ra arido ina phasu tholop na transfer chepe lelo re khachina tholop shenda diga ji kyugi credit lera score tunjo khare transfer le accept chida and yagana tholop doina and liberal arts college ashoka gi transfer gi accept chi user ya ari gi tholop na ani yagan bachelor first year second year transfer credit khande nga accept you nga tempo hago mazong khale na nyamnyo yomara in my experience khare so freshman la apply china yegre samgodo kisi college first year dry na lao.
Oh, really? I completely agree. Meanwhile, if you're already say in India college na yune apply china dis nguchi pam peshna Bhuti, I don't know if you exactly did it, but I know like some people who are doing it, like, you have a safety in case like you, but transfer is very difficult, especially in a pickup internet the round drinking down so it's about like, if we can possibly make color point talk like a caricature like financial college the posters, and I think we'll make it. We'll definitely make it. I think it'll be really helpful for not just Ramjula, but for anybody who's like, it's like we're talking about a lot of things in here, and I'm not sure if you guys even taking notes, which you don't have to, but it's really hard to like get everything in you. So we'll definitely follow that up in a post in the future, short in the near future, and hopefully also we're in like a day or two we'll be sending out a Google form, like a survey evaluation for this workshop, and please make any form of suggestion, like what just Ramjun has suggested. It's like asking us to make a info post where it lists what are some things to do for financial aid, these things, and anything else. It'll be really helpful for us so that we can, address these specific needs that you guys think is good. So please, we'll send out a Google form, a evaluation form survey. In a couple of days, please do fill it out. But just wanted to get you out there. Yep. Yeah.
Okay, ani deepum participant Ranja inseritin kusangi. What about Delhi University leda? Best chuna khande rolana ku tholop call apply chei and konjola mail tanga yakuri penchna ku Delhi University first year dosa che ta ku ari tholop la apply chei gi to ba do na ani khare college la mail tang chen nga digam su gi scenario dishe gyara ani nga khare tholop digam sto sa nge gi ani khare lorim thangbo gi trans Delhi University ni nganju ke tholop la transfer che ani nge first year ga credit jora score din ju kyun ju ge transfer nam accept chi re chi mare chigni ke suran tholop la ke che ke chembore an tholop kya na tholop mangbo ji transfer ka ji criteria di yore samgi min du ya Ondi so on tholop la jawa chini transfer china digi yore maran ke che yore yamna ke so jaga roba din mangbo yore da Delhi tholop do na ani khonzo ya in the process jongi na khonzo lage che china ya yore sam best chuna khare tholop college call apply che do ba do de la khare khap tu mail dang na ya yore sam do tige ani khare email chigora khalor email tidang jura da formality da language page dang da jura ti ya po chin tang na an tholop gi le rai re sam diya le mara ka nge che mare le
Yeah. And then about the question about if there's any other scholarships other than the undergrads, we said Berry and GLI, and I think that we addressed that in the list of PDF that we sent. That has a list of potential scholarships. So just if you didn't get that, just let us know in an email or in DM us in Instagram, so we'll share you that. But that has a whole list of scholarships and stuff.
And also, like the scholarships and scholarships for undergrads are not just limited to that list. Also, there are tons of scholarships and need-based financially for international students out there. So you can do your research for that also.
Kadang add chikchura. Also like mangbuji khade apply chidi kosungi in my experience nganjo khade need based layer need based application apply chira chezang ku need based application full sure some gi khade khu ga ji application jora this chi color da tamil and konjo select chela this ka do na you are asking a lot of price color da Nyima pension budget continue long at the only public application due mare materials and so score in a set down TOEFL down any application ge AC extracurricular down recommendation letter in so you yaku polish chure like pay yaku search and kisi application down and there's a lot of chances that financial aid ki theme need run application material strong so you know an application pool in the curve strong so in and right chances pe mang boy ra
No, didn't. And then the last question about Sindhu. Yeah, generally if it's a full financial aid, it should cover everything, including room and board and everything. Right? Is that correct?
So, yeah, like they'll state the financial aid. Like if they say just full tuition, so that means they'll just cover the tuition fees. But if it says full ride, then that means that they will cover tuition, room, board, and other things.
Right. Okay, so like I'll add more. Thinking liberal arts college mangbuji gi international student la khare full financial aid thing yore like khalana kunjo khare cross campus international student ki perspective later odin logic bring chain plus khare kunjo khalor kisi application strong so na gi khare kunjo community la contribute chela tani khare liberal arts college mangbuji gi international student la full financial aid thing yore later cheza khare social research chi mixi ga hala liberal arts this chualara endowment yapo yun je mare odin zula check china pe yapo rele jitang gi public university zo full financial aid pe khapure le ya tolob ari tolob nan ya yamena private yamena hare liberal arts college dineda odin de la social ki search den zo china yapo rele
Until the Namgyal is SAT and necessity avail these undergrad scholarships. It depends. Generally, like you can apply to colleges. Generally, you can apply to colleges that do not require SAT, and especially this year. Thalu dojina COVID kingini lobda mambuji SAT koma later optionally. Chesa duko apply china mune dujo yaboshikane kan SAT dana chumene re. Kaji yaboshikane re. Kepsa nare sangu chesa ndiya. Kukab dilene kepena samsya. Dede chitane tolop specific tolop suzu ge rali ta manguji SAT go le require nani jicho kira. Shempaya tolop manguji pechina Bhuti dojile jo nga apply chine Bhuti la dinala SAT optional de kunju ngme SAT optional 당시 dojile ine kunju scholarship gejigan dis additional scholarship gejigan yatte suya jesa college specific la rali chine jidan dojina yonde college susu tada hago dur
the Thalolo do nere daning do COVID kingi SAT optional college mangboji chadara chezanta di pro bin re cons bin re samgdiya the khale optional chazan ya applicant pe mangboy laira kisi paper lo block do ta inera ani konjo ari tholob la apply chingi khare percentage pe mangbo phari rele chezang khare kyoranga ji set score me ene kyo khare material sinda tunjo ya apu pe se ta khalor polish shape ke jembure la ya like you're unique. It's not you're unique to the go martini color that's so unique in your own way later. Tindrojik na yapo yore la ya. Cheza optional the peji apotang.
Can I add on to that?
Yes.
I personally suggest that if you can take the SAT or ACT safely, then I'd suggest that you take it, and if you think that you can perform well on that, because for merit scholarships, if you don't, I think many merit scholarships require you to submit a standardized test score. I don't know if that's true or not, but it'll be a good addition to your profile if you have a good SAT score in addition to your school marks.
Okay, so Tenzin lady, can you tell a bit about college board? College board lana 100 lana chitang kugi anju Gmail account se dore da chikpo chikyang re kanjo Instagram account se yura ondo chikpo chikyang da college board lady khare authentic website jura odile visit china khu khare set tangera kugi and the standardized test tangare yang na kanjo khare international student chido CSS profile lera financial application lera di gyanga chido derani ga chido khaju ore inji minji khare college board account kore la ya and account chik so na kandina gilasa account email chik bujitang na ya kore la ra and college board account uni ki khare CSS profile submit chure and set score da set ki pishate da set ki test la registered chere and changma khare college board account bujitang re la ra Daran dore ani account create chi and so password da email tine loji Gmail bujitang password right password se ani kare so confirmation mail le odin loji chere le ra khakpo yo mare le chipo chikyan re le okay set like can you what question do chipore college board account se run kare bujipeng mang board da Tijibu mar color set tanga chibu mare CSS chibu re color account su and kurang call apply che call puju tanga odi ya kurang chula option yore le ya ka set tanga option yore account khadi sune chibu re le inji minji ku set tanga menara account su ma chho do mare le ra
There's a question here. Can we apply for both need-based and merit-based scholarships? So I think I can answer that. Like some schools, like Harvard, they only offer need-based financial aid to international students. But some colleges like Duke University, U Chicago, they offer both need-based and merit-based scholarships. So you can apply for both need-based financial aid and merit scholarships in those schools. And some like colleges that we have given you on the Excel sheet, the list of colleges, scholarships, sorry. Some of those offer only merit scholarships. So you can check out if the college you are applying to offers both need-based and merit-based scholarships, and apply to both.
And I think to add on to that, in general, like when you get your financial aid application from the college, most of the time, if you didn't apply for the scholarship already, they already kind of give you a scholarship in their package from the school. So that's kind of in the need base. So sometimes you don't have to like do a specific application for the school. When you apply for financial aid, they already give you the need-based scholarship within the financial application, because your financial aid package includes of many things. I think grants are for US students, but scholarships and other things that are involved in a package, that's what's included there. So sometimes you don't have to apply specifically for a need-based scholarship within the school because they give you that, but there are other ways you can get merit-based scholarships. Say there might be like a specific honors program at a school. That's one way you can get a merit-based scholarship within the specific school, or you can go and get outside scholarships that might do merit-based scholarships and then tell your college about that because it'll add on to help pay your tuition, if that applies.
okay
But yeah, thank you, Choedon, for adding on to that. That was very helpful. And about the question about whether I was talking about the year 2020 or 2021, I was talking about both. I think this year also a lot of the colleges also remaining it to be optional, but you might want to just double check in specific colleges you're thinking about whether they do have it optional or not. But I guess 2020 doesn't really matter now, but 2021 wise, I'm pretty sure there's a considerable amount of colleges that were optional last year would remain optional this year for only this year. But double check that, please. Yeah, don't quote me on that, but double check it. That'll be real helpful.
Okay, me this at chora. Okay, sadly, the mangchi optional chai rare that like COVID king here. Like, but in my experience, nga do in a set optional doing the round the set tanging is score yapo yomara chita. And kare ondi karas me score thing at ye tholop apply chela very chaimara. Chiza in my experience, kare set the tangna yahu resamudia. I highly recommend to kare set tangna pe yakshu resamudia. Kalana digi kurangi application la extra criteria resamudia in my experience. Kalana ye tholop mangbuji la apply chi and odi ben set optional apply chi ran mang chena reject pastra. Ani in my experience kala orta ne application material shinda ju yakbo yone raska set score dangi TOEFL score this low yodra ondi khare ni mang chela reject rasung la ya ondi khare set tangna ya sure if it's possible and kya na la set test date den do khadun ta ba fix la ya ni odi khare college board la don in check che application bure la ya ani now okay
Yeah, 아니 더 좋아하시면 맨날 먼저 들어가는 잠시나라. 제자는 들라 그렇다면 제자는 네가 아니 먼저 잠시오. 참로 델리 토는 투지는 쉬이. 아니 먼저 들마 슬라이드 된데 PPT 등 먼저 그 이미지나 땅고 니 제수님 먼저 비디오 드리고 치고리 hopefully we'll send you guys too. But thank you guys for coming.
Thank you to everyone who joined today. And if you have any more questions, you can always email us or like contact us on Instagram.